Ngamashumi amathathu nambili eligamenxe ihora lesibili kona ke umsakazo wethu IthekuFM 89.0 sakha isizwe esinobuntu ngoKristu. Njengoba ke ngike ngasho ke izithandwa zezulu ukuthi ke sizoba ke nesihambeli sethu ake sivele ke nje sivele singene kuyona into yethu sivele nje singene kuyona ke ingxoxo yethu ngoba ke I'm quite sure ukuthi ke baningi obhuti bami baningi osisi bami bazobenefita lapha emakhaya, even those labo ke asebekhulile baqede esikoleni bagogoda bakhona ke bazongena noma ke abanesifiso sokungena emkhakheni wokuba ke ngababhali bezincwadi. Namhlanje ke studio sihleli ke nobhuti wethu ubhuti Njabulo wakaGoba ohlala khona la eduzane nje eJorsdale ekhaya lethu. Simbingelele ke nje simamkele ohlelweni. Siyabingelela bhuti Njabulo.
Njani sisona?
Siyaphila njani?
Hayi kuyaphila.
Khamba kahle.
Khamba kahle.
Hayi siyambonga uJesu. Siyambonga uJesu. Siyakubingelela webhuti Njabulo ohlelweni lethu ikhethelo lasekhaya.
Yebo.
Yeah, sizokhuluma ngencwadi yakho ke namhlanje iNight Dog.
Yeah.
Hayi ngayifunda incwadi uyabona khona la ngingena ku-story sethu sesibili. Ngihleli ngiyazibuza la ubhale khona I think u-Detective Maduna.
Yebo.
Lesi story ngiyazibuza ngithi uJabule zazi kanjani izinto zabohlanzeni ngoba phela lo muntu owalana nje wasekasi. Isekubingelele ke bhuti ake uchazele ke umlaleli wethu ekhaya more about uJabulo ngoba ukuthi ke ufunde kuphi, ukhulele kuphi, wazalelwa kuphi, yonke nje leyo ma details ngomlaleli wethu okhona ekhaya angafuna ukuthi athole something related noma ke into azoyibona linka naye ehlele ekhaya elalela ukubona ukuthi ngempela ubhuti Njabulo ukwazile ukubhala incwadi ewala ikasi kwenze kanjani awusichazele konke.
Yebo, uNjabulo umfana waseJorsdale basically like ngikhulele eJorsdale full time. I think I always say ukuthi mangathiwa kuyabala mhlawumbe ngakawuqedi unyaka out of eJorsdale abantu like my whole life. So ngikhulele eJorsdale, ngafunda eJorsdale Primary School, ngafunda eMatshezulu until matric. I tried out university multiple times but it didn't work out, but I always had the talent. I always was able to look at situations and understand people. You're not
Yeah.
When it comes to communication about I'm the person everyone talks to. I say kaya walk about no and I have to like that was my thing. So growing up seeing those stories, there's things that I wanted to express, and the sad thing you end up so I started writing and I realized if you can write directly things about hurt. So I started creating stories. So almost everything in is stories that are like amanye character but it's real things I experienced in the interesting. And it's a lot of things. It's crime, relationships, family issues and all that, and a lot of funny stuff because Ningi is basically it's like opposite to it's so every weekend.
We are and I'm trying to shoot just so happy.
Yeah. So that's who I am, and that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I was chazeleke ukuthi ke lo dlondlobaleni imithando lakho lokuthi ube ngumbhali ngabe into wazalwa nayo noma into realize after. Take us through the journey of you discovering your talent noma your inner voice le okwaze ukuthi ke uyivulele ikwazi ukubhala incwadi.
Yeah. I think growing up I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Like I was always the art because I've done everything. I've tried dancing, I've tried singing. I used to rap back in the days.
Yeah.
But the more I wrote, the more I created, the more I realized there's something I wanted to say, and I have to find a way to say it the proper way.
Yeah.
So I've done poetry, and if you go to my social media, there's poems there. I still do poetry.
Yeah.
But I ended up in Gipala because there's like Panama stories, because that's where I get to say everything.
Yeah.
The story when all those things. So seriously, it started I think around 5 years ago when I found this site online.
Yeah.
Actually, a friend introduced it to me. Funza literacy trust.
Okay.
It's different than Funza Lushagi.
Yeah.
Most people confuse it. But I found that place and you just post send stories, they publish them online.
Oh, okay.
You get abantu abazofunda iy'tori zakho and they comment and they tell you how good you are. That's what motivated me to keep going. It's okay, I actually have something.
You have something, yeah.
After some years, now, after writing for a long time, they finally noticed me. I won a competition. I went through mentorship yabo, and right now, I'm a professional writer.
Yeah.
Now,
Big ups to Bufethu. Siyabonga.
so I'm saying, my commission stories, and where I realized which Upbada there alone, it's limiting me, because there's people I can't reach. Njengamanje, I wouldn't be here on radio if I didn't have an actual book.
Yes.
So the reason I wanted to publish was so these are ones greater the people I want to reach, because my main audience, my main people that I'm interested in exciting or intriguing or in informing getting what is happening. Abantu abadala ngisekhaya, the kids who are growing up watching other stories who are ababuka ama-translations because khona iy'tori zethu zakwithownship ey'bhalwe abelungu.
That's true.
Umlungu afike azowenza i-research athi uyi-researchini into sesibhale i-story, but they don't know it like we know it. Thina sikhulele full time, so we have to be the ones esibhale iy'tori zethu.
That's very true. Hey, yabo i-deep ke le oyichazayo ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi nje thina njengabantu abakhulele elokishini kube yithina esixoxa story. Singaxoxa omunye umuntu ozosixoxa ngamazwi akhe. And you find ukuthi most of the stories every time mangabe zibhaliwe, some experiences are sugar coated ukwenzela ukuthi umuntu osibukayo istory abone sengazuthi hayi shuthi bekuyisimanyana, kanti wena odlule kusona you do understand it better, even indlela yokuportray the characters unendlela engcono as compared to umuntu okhulele emhlanga ozosuka emhlanga azobhala istory sala eHammerstein. So yeah, understandable lento oyichaza kuNjabulo. Okay, akusichazele more about incwadi yakho ukuthi ikhuluma ngani nje umlaleli nje salalele ekhaya, because baningi abanye abazoba nalokuthi mina I'm not used to reading incwadi mhlambe njenge novel exoxa ngendaba eyodwa until the end. Mhlambe ukhona umuntu ofuna ukufunda incwadi efana neyakho eyama short stories, akusichazele ngencwadi yakho nje ukuthi ikhuluma ngani yonke leyo nto mhlambe and pick a few characters ukuthi mhlambe kulesi story sithile wawukhuluma ngento kanjani udwebela umlaleli isithombe ekhaya mhlambe akwazi ukuchazeleka.
Incwadi yami i-collection yama-short stories, and into emnandi kakhulu ngokubhala for me njengoba ngibhalela abantu bangasekhaya, ngibhalela abantu engaziyo ukuthi njengami kufunda incwadi eyodwa ende ayikagqilazi. So I know it for myself ukuthi even though ngiyifunda incwadi, I know how difficult it is. That's why ngibhalela ama-short stories, and ama-short stories lawa, there's a short story for everyone because it goes across the board. There's one where a main character is a female teenager from the school. There's one where the wife kunomkhulu omdala nje othize ozenzela into zakhe.
Yabona leyo ngihlekisa yezo.
Yabo ititle yayo iZulu Man's Lightning, and it addresses ama-perceptions wethu about witchcraft and religion, like how the two clash. There's people who believe there's people, but overall sabantu, and it's all about that's the main point of the story. That's what I'm trying to take, where I'm trying to take people what you believe in. It's important that you just believe in what you believe in, but then I won't say the other parts because there's parts where personal, because I grew up in a Christian home. I was raised Christian. I'm still Christian. So there's another story that addresses my mental health issues. It's called Mr. 90. That's my favorite story in the book because it addresses painful things that we go through, which is some people are not even sure if they want to live anymore because of things they're going through. And there's always a different perspective. That's what the story shows. This guy is convinced. There's people convinced. These people until at some point he finds a revelation of which back heads or back affects intentionally because men again now. wayengazi. They were just trying to deal with their own issues. I always say ukuthi we all have enemies esingawazi.
Yeah.
Khona umuntu omnyathelile wathula, waphinda wamnyathela wathula, and when you're walking around thinking when everything is good, kanti khona umuntu osekuzonda ukuthi wena uhlezi umnyathela.
That's true.
So that's where the story is, and there's a lot of different. There's like 8 different stories, and there's a funny story that I love the most. The one I was telling you about before we started going online.
Yeah.
The one about like a situation I went through when my house, like Ekaya, when I was young, and that affected me for a long time. But I wrote a funny story about it. It's called "I Should Have Brought My Flat Screwdriver." So I wrote a funny story about it, expressed everything.
You're in a great
Yeah. And it helps get better. And I know there's a lot of people who write out there, like especially the interested. I found a lot. They inbox me every time because I'm pushing my book a lot on Facebook. Bang inbox and they tell me what they're writing too. There's a lot of stories we have. There's a lot of things we need to express, and telling a story is the best way.
Cool.
Because now every time they want man you say the situation and when you read the story it's very funny. Even me, I mean from the story now the whole event when I was a kid. Now it's just a funny story that I get even praise from but so
yeah, that's true.
now the thing doesn't hurt anymore. So yeah.
But I think taking you back, we point loud corner, we go around thinking people hate us intentionally, and we think labo bantu bayizitha. One of the things that one special woman in my life and say is sometimes other people are not your enemies. It's yourself who is your own enemy.
Exactly.
Why ngisho kanje kule case yakho noma kule case yethu as human beings is when you chose a different way of reacting to izinto ebezenzakala empilweni yakho, you chose the best way. Someone would have resorted to ukubamba inkunzi. Omunye would have resorted to taking drugs. Omunye would have resorted to suicide. Yabo. So uself-worth kwanathi uyasicindezela. Mozo deala nenkinga and you think fanele uact ngalesikhathi inhliziyo yakho isabhoyila nengqondo yakho all over. That's the baddest. That's the most bad. Angazi ngayichaza ngithini. Zone la everything is dark in your life, and uyacabanga manga uzovalelwa kwiroom elimnyama and you have to get out of indawo emnyama. Awusiboni isicapha. How can you get out of la kungekho khona ilight? Awusiboni isicapha aboni wini. So you need light actually. So lana ke your light was incwadi yakho, was you thinking, okay, I can do something good about lama experiences endlule ngawo. That was your light, and your light was able to open iminyango for you. Iminyango manje ongathi umqhazela umuntu uthi no, I've been invited endaweni ethile, umuntu angaba amazed. So I really commend you on that ukuthi uthatha ama experiences odlule kuwona uwenze abe ama funny experiences ongakwazi ukufundisa ngawo abanye abantu. Going on the next point, imaphi ama life lessons that you have learned encwadini yakho ke nje usuyifunda nawe uhlele ekhaya?
Hey, there's a lot because ezinye izinto we uncover usubhala or when later usufunda incwadi. When I realized ukuthi first of all that's the thing. I always joke ukuthi umuntu abangumfana sejustini nami ngumfana sejustini because wonke umuntu into ayiyona, everyone is made. Wonke umuntu into ayiyona usuke create environment yakho. And nami i-environment yami njengoba ya create abantu abaningi abenza ezinye izinto ezasimele sigazi. Nami I was created that way, but I found a way to express it in a way instead of making the situation worse. So that's one of the things, and in a lot of the stories there's one story called Her First Years. It's about a girl who grows up. It's about a girl who grows up in umama or her relationship so much. She was sexually abused umawake. So she enforced ingane yakhe ukuthi like abantu besilisa banje. And she built a shell ukuthi I'm torturing so much ukuthi nje into ehlangene nomfana ayisabi ingane. And then that was exactly the reason why ingane today is dayo. And it turns out ukuthi lo muntu lo ingane eyagcina imbalekelile ngenxa yokuthi convince umama ukuthi bonke bayaphela was the person she needed to be with the whole time. It's one of those stories. And seeing things like that, I know from myself, which there's a lot of things where you grow up in a family or in an environment that tells you, which and people are really projecting their own experiences, their own fears when. But and abantu abaningi baresult ekutheni okay yazi athi ngane ngabunanda abaningi nje abagive up ubona umuntu esephuza like every day on drugs whatever because they give up because everything they try ungakwenzi ukuthi because kunokuthi ungakwenzi ukuthi because ungayithenga imoto ngoba uzohijackwa ungawakho umuzi ngoba uzothathwa yikhukhula. There's always a reason not to do something. But once you've made up your mind ukuthi the situation ngikuyona iyabheda and I want to improve, I want to be in a better place, there's always reasons to do that. And in my stories, every time I read my stories, every time I come across like someone who's telling me the favorite parts of one of my stories, there's always lessons like that, which is basically the biggest lesson I ever gotten anywhere was the one of just be yourself. It's the most ridiculous. When I was growing up, I used to be like, give it because I really used to not like the person I was. But as you grow, you realize, the reason why you feel suffocated, feeling that impilo is not even worth living anymore, is because you're really trying to please people. You're really trying to live in a way as a please around you. And again, there's no point if when you get right. You can't carry people forever. You can't live for 70 years.
That's true.
You have to take care of yourself.
Alright, encourage kanjani ke umuntu omusha okhona ekhaya olalela uhlelo namhlanje on a passion of writing poetry and writing books? How would you encourage that person? And masiphetha lapha ya usichazele ukuthi where can people find your book, and if people can follow you on social media bangakuthola ke nendawo?
For encouragement, I'd say keep writing, keep expressing yourself, and keep being honest. Right. As a writer, one of the biggest things I struggle with now, and all writers struggle with this thing. You try to write in the faint, something that of trendy, and every time I've ever achieved something that I was when I was honest. That's why now in Night Dog, it's the stories of me being truly and completely honest. Sometimes I'm scared of some people, but which by because because of my phone that they want. I want the story about which we because my one thing about is like some keeper age and that honesty is what makes writing even a substance, even poetry. Muzo bali poem like bali poem nothando. If I now won't come in my phone, but the situation now as it is and be honest. That's what makes you just unique and ushare is into abantabazo years, abantabazo related to them. And for people who want to who actually need more information, you can on Facebook. I like it when people inbox me and tell me what they need. And now because there's a lot of people who inbox me, ask for my WhatsApp, I give it to them and they never come back to me. Like, dude, you have to decide what you want to do. If you really want to write, I'm here. I will help you with everything. I'll give you all the information. I'm available on Facebook, Njabulo Goba, on all social media. Njabulo Goba, you can get me. And if for the people who want to buy the book, you can inbox me on Facebook. You can Google me. Just Google my name, Njabulo Goba, or Google the Night Dog. The book is available online, but I prefer because I really love the experience of meeting the people and just having that conversation with them. And I think that is what will make this thing more beautiful. If she interacts like that, you know.
That's true.
That's why I'm even here to talk with Aban Bangaseka, because this is I do this for Labantu. I do this for Aban Bangaseka.
Yeah, we are so grateful, Buti, for coming in. Emsakazweni siyambonga kakhulu uNkulunkulu for everything that ayenzayo impilo yakho ungayeki ukubhala yabona nje ngihleli lana I'm busy thinking ukuthi kunombuzo nje that I would like to ask you sesiphetha ukuthi do you see yourself writing maybe a story esizosibuka on TV, because I really do. Yabona nje le ka Detective Maduna.
Yes.
I was busy playing it emqondweni wami ngithi yo, yes, I'd be the first one to run. I'd be the first one to watch this one, because he movie did, like, seriously.
And all of my stories are like that. All of my stories are
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
and I am a qualified scriptwriter. Like, there's one thing.
There you have it.
Like, that's what I started trying to do, but I realized there's a lot involved again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if I want to, like, be successful as a scriptwriter, I'm really interested, because I'm like, there's many girls that they go and I'm happy with them, just live that life. But for now, stories need to be shared.
Yeah, it's true.
That's why I decided to just write a book. But all of them are movies. Like, when I think of a story, I'm just thinking of a movie.
Yeah.
And that's why I go on my short stories, because I know it's when you're watching a movie, like, you just watch for the 2 hours and you feel.
Yeah,
That's fine. If this was a whole novel, there were 200 and something pages. Say serious,
Yeah. Yeah, siyabonga kakhulu Bhuti Njabulo, uNkulunkulu akubusiseke, kuvuleke more doors, more sponsors and more publishers. May they approach you with good offers, ngoba sibafunda abantu bakithi ukuthi ke baqolwe, ngoba siyazi ukuthi ihlezi kukhona amaqola ke umuntu aqhamuke with the promising contracts, kodwa ke usuka azi ukuthi behind the scenes ziningi izinto azenzayo, of which wena njengombhali you end up not benefiting ngalendlela ufuna ungabe ubenefita ngayo. So best of luck with everything else oyenzayo. uNkulunkulu akuvulele iminyango. Don't forget asike mosu right usubizwa kuma Academy Tonton Awards overseas. So uNkulunkulu ke akusisize.
I'll always represent. That's why even on my stories, like, he just did, like, I don't think there's a story of mine where he just didn't mention.
Yeah.
You know, like, or a Hammer State, basically, because that's where I'm from, and in all of my stories, I make sure they are real, and I want to represent, and I want to take this all the way.
Yeah. Imalini ke incwadi umlaleli esalalele ekhaya, ngiyazi bakhona nje asebecabanga ukubheka nje mazithi manteni bazokugqoqozela ekhaya.
230, and if you are anywhere from if you are anywhere like Hammer State, I deliver for free.
Yeah.
Just 230, and I can give you a copy. If you want to buy it online, you buy it online. Yes, it's 230 online too, but say we need delivery free.
Okay.
As you buy printer, peshe,
Okay.
you know, so it's a lot. Just
Alright.
buy it from me.
Okay. Sibonge kakhulu ke Bhuti Njabulo, uNkulunkulu ke angcine andiphumelelise.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Bayo, thank you. Alright, ke ihambe kanjalo ke ingxoxo yethu la no Bhuti Njabulo Goba oyi-author ongumbhali